Benny, McGee, and Shark by Drake Anderson. We are famous. Benny, McGee, and Shark. We are famous. Benny, McGee, and Shark. A real shark. We are famous by Drake Anderson. Penguin Workshop. Silly. Chapter 1. One of my friends at school, Julie, who didn't believe I know a shark, but it's true, a great white shark. He followed me home from the beach. I let the shark in, gave him ice water, and named him Mr. Chumper. I even told Miss Joyce how I tried to bring the Chumper to school for my shark report. He still didn't believe me. I didn't have a picture of Mr. Chumper, so I drew a picture of us playing together. It looked just like us. Then I showed Joyce. She said, "That doesn't prove anything. You don't know, sir. Joyce drives me nuts sometimes." He said, "No, that's not a real shark." By the time Mr. Chumper came over to my house after school, I forgot about Joyce. I asked my mom to make a fish cookie for a snack. She didn't want to stink up the house, so she made fish-shaped cookie instead. I didn't know it then, but those cookies were about to change my life. No way! Cookie won't. Chapter 2. Once the cookie had cooled off, I grabbed a handful, Mrs. Chumper, and I dashed off to my room to eat them. Somehow I tripped on the road and the cookie went flying. Suddenly they were lightning fast, and a giant chomp. Not one cookie hit the floor. Mr. Chomper, did you eat these cookies in a minute? I asked. He drew the smell. Whoa, if he didn't believe I knew a shark, he would never believe this. I have to get it on video. I grabbed some more cookies. I brought my mom's phone and made a video. I tossed one cookie after another while Mr. Chumper snatched them out of the air. I made sure to get myself on camera too, just so I could prove I was there. The video was perfect. I asked my mom if I could post it online. I guess, she said, but I don't know. Think she was listening. But Joyce Hill would know the truth. After posting the video, Mr. Chumper and I went outside to play. Chapter 3. Then we came back inside. I checked to see if anybody has watched our video. That's weird. I said, "Hey, Mom, I think something's wrong with your phone." "Why?" she asked. I told her I posted a video and there were 2 million views. 2 what? She shrieked. "Let me see that." My dad came running. "This can't be right," he said, scratching his head. My mom and dad watched the video and saw the view count. It was right. By dinner time, there were 6 million views. I guess people liked watch video of sharks doing tricks. But everything was about to get a whole lot weirder. Chapter 4. My mom and dad's phone began to ring after dinner. They said the same thing to everybody who called. "Yes, Benny has a great white shark for a friend." "No, the shark isn't dangerous." "Yes, he does tricks." No, we didn't know about the video. Then the news station called. Station called. Then their phone finally stopped ringing. My mom and dad made Mr. Trumper and me sit down for a talk. Minnie, do you have any idea what this means? Dad, we are famous, I said. My dad didn't think that was funny. He said all this attraction would be harmful if we let it change us. What did he know? He wasn't a big star like Mr. Chompers and me. Nothing was going to change. Well, except for a few fun things because now we are famous. The next morning, I put on sunglasses. Famous people get to wear whatever they want. I want to be cool, for all my fans. I didn't have sunglasses big enough for Chomper. I put Dad's winter scarf on him. It was hot and scratchy, but he looked cool. Famous people get to eat whatever they want to, so I was surprised. There was a waffle waiting for us when we came down for breakfast. For our waffle, I asked my mom. There's cream on the stove, she said. What? I said, you bet people are famous as Mr. Chomper and made you eat Creole? My mom didn't answer. She and Dad were staring out the window. The window. Look, the news station is here. That's a Pure News. News 9.
在采访。在采访。
There was bands from the local TV station parked up and down our street. Reporters were everywhere. What's going on? I asked. I think they're here to see you. And Mr. Chomper said my dad. My mom wouldn't let Mr. Chomper and me go outside after that. She didn't want anybody taking pictures of us. Being famous was like being grounded. I couldn't go and it was Saturday. By Sunday, Mr. Jumper and I had to get out of the house. My mom said if we could with her to grocery store, but we have to wear disguise. Mr. Jumper and I found a stash of old costumes in the basement. By the time we were finished, he couldn't even tell it was us. My neighbor, Jenny Glisley, was at the store. She was looking right at me. I quickly spun over about her. A woman was standing right behind me. You, she ballooned. You are the boy from the shark video. Come on here. I got to take a picture with you. Who's that? The boy with the shark. I was so surprised. I backed into the apple department and knocked it over. My hat and beard fell off. Apple rolled everywhere. While the woman took a picture, Stanley saw the whole thing. It was so really. Doom! That's silly. Chapter 6. My dad said things were getting out of hand. Maybe if you do 1 in 3 people will see you're just a normal kid. He called the Hello Sunshine Morning Show. The host guy, Liberty. Is this super cheerful guy with a big chin? They said the guy will be at our house the next day. Guy Liberty and his crew arrived. Early the next morning, my mom made me comb my hair and put a clean shirt. Just be yourself, she said, and don't forget or pick your nose, said Dad. Added, I didn't want to be. No, famous people have to follow so many rules. I told Miss Chumber to wait in my room. Then I went downstairs to meet the guy.
把口水吞下去。
Guy Liberty Chin was even bigger than in person. It was almost perfect in its bit. For one thing, his tie, it looked like a fish. We thought it would be great for a new story about shark. Guy explained and tried to tell my guy that tie was a bad idea. It would be fun, he whispered. Now go get Miss Chomper. It will not be fun. Miss Chomper the shark, and that tie looked like a real fish, and came up with an idea. My dad had an old winter hat that was way too big. I grabbed it out of the closet and put it on Mrs. Chomper. It worked. He couldn't sit there. I brought Mrs. Chomper out down. Everything was great until man the headphone said the shark can't wear that on TV. I want to see his eye. He started counting down, and we live in 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I took the hat off Mrs. Chomper, and we're on TV. But the second that Mr. Chomper saw the guy tie, I knew we were in trouble. Good morning and welcome to our show, said the guy. Mr. Chomper was staring wide eyes at Guy tie. No, I whispered, don't do it. The guy didn't know that. He said, I don't know, you have to seen the shark video by now. I'm here with it started. Spinning again, great white shark, and then Mr. Chomper lunged. I never heard anyone scream the way the guy Liberty did on live TV. The light was and from went crashing as Mr. Chomper chomped on the guy tie.
Fishing tie.
Fish tie. I ran to the kitchen to get a cookie. Benny yelled, my dad, this is no time for snack. Here's something, but the cookie wasn't for me. Hey, Mr. Chomper, look, as I tossing the cookie. The Chomper let go of the tie and went after for a cookie. Then the steel went to hammer a brick. We didn't get to finish them. Free Liberty was too shaking up, but my big moment on TV was over.
Moment.
I always thought if we were famous, my life would be easy. That I would have any problem, but I still just the same. Me, Benny MeGee. Chapter 8. My dad was right about being famous, and it was much fun. Wasn't much fun, and it didn't last. The new vans left that afternoon. This street here never saw my video, and he never see the Hello Sunshine Morning show either. He still doesn't believe I have a shark for a friend. I don't ever want to be famous again. Who cares if everybody knows who I am anyway? Mr. Chomper and I are going to start a big company. Life will be easy, then we are rich. Big book. Get rich. More. He's talking about money. About the Otter by Benny McGee. By Drake Anderson.